Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Daryl here. We're back with another guitar comparison for you guys. We've got ourselves a Custom 24 and a Les Paul, and hopefully we'll help you guys figure out which guitar is right for you. Let's get started. So today we're using the student models of these very iconic guitars. We've got a Custom 24 SE, and this retails for approximately maybe $600 or $700 up to $1,000 depending where you live, and about the same thing for this Epiphone Les Paul. So these two guitars are in direct competition with each other, so it should be interesting to see what they sound like. Let's look at the Epiphone Les Paul first. Epiphone is owned by Gibson, so that means you get yourself a licensed copy. That means the dimensions, the feel, everything's going to be similar to the American Big Brother, but made overseas. So you still get two volumes, one for each pickup, and two tones, one for each pickup. You get a stop tailpiece and a two-pneumatic bridge, three-way selector, and humbucking pickups. The body is mahogany, and I think with most of the Epiphones, it's just a veneer over the top instead of a thick piece of flame maple or quilted maple in this case. But other than that, yeah, it's a Les Paul made and owned by Epiphone. Now, Les Paul, the player, who was instrumental in designing this guitar, actually has an interesting history with Epiphone. Epiphone used to have a big factory in America, and they made top quality instruments. And yeah, Les Paul would work there in the evenings, and he actually created his first prototype in the Epiphone factory. So it's yeah, a little bit of a unique history intertwined between Les Paul and Epiphone. Now let's take a look at the Custom 24. Now I always think of PRS as like the new kid on the block, but this was Paul's first design, and it's over 30 years old now. So it's not, that startup kid that's trying to take on the big boys. This has an established following, and it's a really refined instrument. So this is the SE model. So again, just like the American-made Custom 24, without the big carved top, it's slightly carved. You don't get the indented knobs and stuff like that, but you do get the birds. And yeah, the same feel. And he designed this to be basically the perfect amalgamation between a Fender Strat and a Gibson Les Paul. So basically what you get is a mahogany body, a maple top. You can see the binding there. It's really, really sharp. A nice flame on this, I think it's trans black or gray burst or something like that. But anyway, yeah, the SE models actually have a maple neck. So the American-made ones have mahogany neck. This one is maple, which I think is good on a student guitar because maple's so much stronger. You get a more refined headstock, less angle, so it's just maple. It's so much stronger. So I think for a student guitar that's under $1,000 that could be gigged, that you could play on for years, I think it's a good choice that they went that way. You get 24 frets, which means this neck pickup is actually moved back in comparison to the Les Paul, which in theory should make it brighter. We'll see when we do our playing comparison. And of course, this one has a trim, and which is a feature that sets it apart from the Les Paul. So other than that, a really great design, super comfortable, super light to play. Other than that, let's do some playing. Now, as per usual, we're going to do a bunch of different playing for you guys. We're going to do 3 different riffs in each pickup position. And of course, we're going to do some soloing as well. So it should be interesting. All right, for our first tone comparison, we're going to be using the neck pickups on these guitars. We're going to be using a slight breakup on the sound. And we're going to sort of use that Hendrix style of sort of riffing and chording all meshed together. Let's take a listen. In our second tone comparison here, we're going to break out the jazz chords, and we're going to be using both pickups on at the same time. All right, let's jump to our bridge pickups, and we're going to crank up the distortion for this one. Let's check it out. Now that we've heard these guitars in isolation, played back to back in each pickup position, let's throw these guitars into a mix. We've got an 80s ballad hooked up for you guys. Let's take a listen. Now, if you want to check out the backing track so you guys can play along to it yourself, I've got a friend who's started a channel. You can check out the backing track by following the link. Head over to his channel. Now let's check out these two guitars in a basic chord comparison. Some final thoughts on these two guitars. First of all, these two instruments are on the top of my list of recommended guitars for students wanting to step up into a high quality mid-range instrument. Both of them feel a little bit different to play, but they both come highly rated by me. So yeah, if you're looking for one, I would highly recommend either. They're great guitars, but they are a little bit different. First of all, I think the neck pickup represents the biggest difference between these two guitars. On the PRS Custom 24, you can tell the spacing is just a little bit closer, hopefully on camera. I'll try to center it, there we go. You can see on the Les Paul, it only has 22 frets, so the pickups are a little bit further apart, so that neck pickup can go further towards the headstock, which gives it that classic round tone, and the PRS just has a little bit more bite. Now, whether or not that's advantageous in your musical setting or not, you will have to decide. Some bands just need clarity, and that's where the PRS really stands out. But if you're playing in a trio or something where you can have like a jazz trio or a blues trio or a rock trio, something where you can have like a monstrous tone, I think the Les Paul would hold the advantage there. But other than that, playability is great on both. The trem system, again, sets this one apart. So if you need a trem, this one is amazing. It holds up to all my American-made guitars with trems. Yeah, Paul did an amazing job on this one. Other than that, yeah, awesome guitars. Let me know in the comments below which one you favored. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this comparison. If you did, drop a like on the video. You can subscribe to the channel by clicking right here. For more content like this, you can head over to the tab store above if you want to get some worksheets. And if you just want to watch a couple more videos that are related to this one, I'll throw a couple there. Other than that, have a great week, you guys. We'll see you next week with a new video. Take care.